Comes a time when we all must take the splash and make that great call. Spike Studio takes a look at the splash from GreatCall with their Go Plan to get your 5-star service. Welcome everybody, a Spike Studio product review. I think they think I'm a little bit older. We're going to be taking a look today at the Splash from GreatCall. What this is an emergency response phone device. They make a few of them, but a lot of people have had questions about these, so I wanted to make sure I walk through really quickly everything to do. It's very simple what it can do, but there's a lot of options you get to choose from in terms of plans and service, and it gets confusing is what it is. So first things first, this is the Splash. We'll take a look at the phone in just a second and setup. It's a waterproof device. It's made for emergency purposes. It's got a button. So it's not a normal cell phone. It's not made for that, but it uses the cell phone network. So you have to have cell phone coverage. They make other devices. This company does. They make one called the Jitter and a couple other ones. This one is supposed to be the single push button, waterproof, up to 3 feet of water for 30 minutes to basically get you emergency service and connect you with someone on the other end in case of emergency. Now, keep in mind, they have different plans that do different things. So we're going to investigate that a little bit. So what's inside the case? We'll open the box. This is what you get when you open the case. So first things first, always a charger that you're going to need in there. There is a lovely little hook thingy. As you can see, it's got the little clip in there. Help me books, and then the actual device itself. Now, for the device, it's very tiny. We'll take it out. This is actually the charger case. So you plug it in to the wall for the DC that we just saw. Plug this in, lay it down to charge, and you should get days of service out of this is what they say. Now, when you first get this, one thing they want you to do is do not just turn it on. There's a big sticker on the back. They want you to go online to activate. Now, I've got 2 activation screens. I'll put them up here. Basically, you have to provide some personal information. They give you anywhere from 1 to 3 months free, depending on the special you get or the plan you get. You have to fill out some information about who you are. Now, one thing I've noticed, there's nowhere to put, and this is for those of you that are looking for this for your parents, nowhere to put your information in. You're setting the account up in their name, but there's nowhere to put your information, meaning as an authorized person or someone to deal with it. So you're going to have to deal with customer service, or I would call is what I would do and see what you can get. You can be listed as a contact, an emergency. They've got tons of services around that, but the Quickstart guide is very simple. This is it, the whole guide. Basically, hook it up, call them and activate online first. There's a URL or a phone number. Plug it in to charge it. When the battery goes green, the indicator goes green, it's fully charged. So on the top, there's a little bitty battery shaped thing that's on there. Now I'm not turning it on, as you can see, because I haven't done the full setup. Flashing red, battery's low. Flashing green, it's charging. That's what the color. Now, when it's on, flashing green means good wireless coverage. Red means no wireless coverage. So you maybe want to learn, if you see red, it's usually bad. Either the battery's dying or you're out of service, one or the other. So what do we have on there? We have a speaker that's on there. We have the push button. And basically the microphone. That's it. The microphone's at the top. That's all there is. A little tiny dot for a microphone right there. What do you get when you do the service? You're actually connected to one of their specialists. Then the specialist can do things like alert. You can have other optional services that aren't supported by this phone. Why am I bringing this up? They have 3 different phones, and everyone's getting confused of what services on what phone. You have to go to the website, find the phone you want that does them. Like one allow 6 automated calls a day to check on you to make sure you get a response from these. So if you have an elderly person you want to check on or someone that's a little more prone to fall, this one doesn't do that. This one is a one-way, push the button, get me some help type of call. That's all there is. There's not a lot else going on with it. 2 plans. So the first one is like $15 a month. The second one is like $19 a month. With each plan, you get like more access to health professionals and some other stuff like that. Let me break it down to you and make it simple so we can get done with the review. You can get a cell phone service that dials 911 pretty much for free. All phones will dial 911 for free. What's missing is on the back end of their service, they'll list things like your family members and who to call, check status updates, who your doctor is, a whole bunch of other things about your private health information. It's also very simple, and it's also a simple push button. It's also waterproof. It's one of the downsides to getting a cell phone, not waterproof, not simple push button. There's a whole bunch of extra steps that go on with it. The size itself, as you can see, is tiny, so easy to keep track of and easy to lose all at the same time. It has the little clip on the back that I showed you from the case, so you can actually put the little extra strap or hook. They can clip it. You can put it on your belt if you want. I put it on the belt a little bit. and it clipped in place pretty good. I could see over time it being caught or broken possibly, but the idea is you take this everywhere you go. Don't be afraid of the rain. Anything else? In terms of cellular coverage, I didn't have any problems where I am, but I'm in a major city. For those outside of it, their map says it uses great cellular coverage from providers. Please check their map. Please make sure you understand what you're getting yourself into. Otherwise, the other problem I had was when I went to activate, it kept saying my zip code wasn't right. So I ended up having to call. They gave us a couple months, disclaimer, of free service to test it out. So I ended up having to call to get it all set up and getting it to work. It just wouldn't do it on the web page, as I put up the couple screens earlier that you saw about the web page for registration. Otherwise, what I think, battery was a couple days, didn't last as long as I wanted it to last. I was hoping for an elderly person, remember, to charge or whatever. I could usually get 4 or 5 days out of it. I was seeing 2 to 3, and that may have depended on how much I went in and out of service, like how much it had to keep pulling for the service itself. Otherwise, as you guys can see, something worth investigating, something that's simplified that anyone can work. They don't have to worry about working a cell phone, something that's easy to see. There's no buttons to worry about dialing numbers and things like that. It's basically call for help. It's another product review from Spike Studio. Please click the links below, subscribe to the playlist for all the product reviews, and let us know what you think about the device if you've already used it, and give us some feedback. We'd appreciate it. Thanks again for watching.